Well, that was already the case.
Yeah, well, we've started, and that is now the intro. So,
What a beautiful intro it is.
hello.
Hello
True
again.
professionals here.
Yes, hello. That
I
is
mean,
that loud?
we're experts.
No, that's fine.
No,
Yes.
no, you were not, but you were there.
What?
I guess.
Oh, Zhu? I don't
Yes.
think zooming in helped. Are you seeing this?
I am indeed seeing it. It's still
It's
workable.
You know what? At least
it's
it's not the other Minesweeper, so it could have been
it's
worse.
it's scaled very strangely. Dang it. Oh, it. So
Otherwise,
anyway,
you have,
do we just
otherwise you have to just
immediately?
make the window bigger in OBS.
Yeah, but then the problem is that I would need to cut out this part, right? Because otherwise, it's gonna go
Then
over our screen.
you just grab the. Oh
Hold on.
yeah, it would, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Like, because if
Yeah.
I hold on, let me just if I just do this right, and then I just do this, you know. So I would need to cut it down, but I don't know if there's a way to do that. Maybe there is. But I don't know. So I'll just deal with it, I guess. Anyway, do we immediately start with the clusterfuck?
Well, I don't know what it is, so
Well, you know how the government collapsed like months ago.
Yeah,
yeah.
it got worse.
It's like every other. That's like every other Tuesday at this point.
That's
Well,
fair.
exactly, because they thought we're doing a sequel.
Oh,
Yes. So,
so wait, the government that fell has fallen again?
yes, they fell they fell further.
They fell
Yes.
further.
So, for those who don't know, the biggest party that we had in our government, they like left a while ago, and we're gonna have to like re-vote like in a month or something. Um,
Yeah.
and that was a while ago. I don't know why voting again takes this long. Actually, I do know why, because Lugov made an episode about that, but that's beside the point. It takes a long ass time to vote again. And now the second biggest party also left. And that is the
Yes.
I always forget what their thing. Like
NSC.
NSC. Which but here's the thing. With the PVV, I could see them getting reelected again. I like cuz
Mm,
they know how to talk. That's the thing, right?
yeah, but they've shown that they just cannot form and hold a coalition.
No, but that's not important. Politics is literally just theater. That's all you need to be able to do.
And
So,
well, that's what you have to be elected. If you want to function, they have to also know how to rule.
yeah, well, you would think that. But, uh,
Fair enough.
but the thing is, with them, I could see them just quitting because they may be smaller because they did kind of prove, well, they kind of had the most incompetent, like, person on their team I've ever seen. Um, you know, but with NSC, right? That people voted for that because of Omtzigt,
And he
Who's
left.
now
but
gone?
he left a while ago, and I don't think
Yes.
anyone cares about that party anymore.
No.
Because he was the one
Probably.
thing holding that party together.
he was the party basically. He
Yeah,
formed it himself.
basically, yeah.
Yeah.
No, he was not the Senate.
So I don't understand their decision.
Well, they stopped
Cause
because they knew that the party would be dead.
well, yeah, but here's the thing. They could now, in this time, they could have at least done something to get the people back on their side. But I guess they just don't. They just leave. So
Yeah, they were like, "Oh, that means you actually have to do something." No, we're not doing that. We're politicians. We say a lot of things, but don't do a lot of things.
yeah. So yeah. I mean, I guess we'll see when elections are here again.
Yeah, also, speaking of fucked up governments, the part of like I'm not sure how to call it, but I guess municipality of Amsterdam, sort of the part that kind of just has the mayor in it, that part of the government.
Yeah.
Apparently
The
couldn't
city council.
sort of, yeah, couldn't really do money because they somehow managed to overpay a whopping 21 million
On what?
To to what?
just in general.
What
Right.
did they?
So they're
Wait,
overspending
Okay.
slightly.
hold on. They've paid an amount of around 21 million twice. So they just double sent it
So what?
to a bunch of companies because of course they have to 583 companies.
To do what? What did those companies
General
have to?
things like maintain stuff, do new city projects,
Hmm.
all those things because you have to have like you want the streets cleaned, well they're gonna get a company for that. You're
Right.
gonna get a company that comes in, but
Are
the
you
company
saying
also
there's a
needs
company
vehicles.
for that?
Yes.
Hmm.
And no, it's not
True.
Japanese because the Japanese are like, there's a company for that, and it's all the same company.
Well,
Kawasaki, for example.
at least it's not a tax, you know. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but Kawasaki, for example. If only there was a thing where you can get a motorbike.
Okay, Jim, I
But
solved
what
your
about?
issue.
But what if you wanted a piano as well? But
What is
now
the
you have a
issue?
boat. But what if you need marine engines? They make it. Like one
Yes.
company does just from bikes to pianos to like those outboard boat engines.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Yamaha. It's
Yeah,
yeah.
Yamaha was Yamaha Kawasaki. Kawasaki just makes motorbikes. But it was Yamaha that just makes. They make. I mean, Samsung also makes everything.
Well, they're not making engines, so you know.
No, they're just making artillery vehicles.
Yeah, I
And
guess so.
I am serious in that they basically like Samsung has technology in everything. And for some reason, it's always the Japanese. I guess they're the ones that make smart business decisions.
Well, that depends. Like Nintendo would beg to differ.
That's Nintendo. They just gotta. They are just getting way too greedy for their own good.
Nintendo greedy?
Oh, that's not what I meant. I meant more with how they sometimes just shut shit down, even if it would just benefit them if they didn't.
Like, this thing makes us a
mean-
lot of money. Let's stop it.
But
Well, it
that
doesn't
sounds
necessarily make them money, but
logic.
it's free advertisement for them, like those sorts of things.
Oh, like fan games. That just
Fan games I could somewhat understand, although that's also one, yeah. I meant more like with like how they basically shut down Smash Bros. Melee tournaments and that sort of things.
oh yeah, like, oh, you're using our games. We do
Well,
not allow
well, the
that.
thing is, most of those tournaments used emulators because Smash Bros. Melee is old, and getting old hardware to do a tournament on is kind of difficult. So they usually used an emulator. And so Nintendo was like, nah.
Yet
This was a while
Nintendo
ago.
could
I
really-
think it may have been resolved now, but this was a while ago.
Yeah, but Nintendo, you know what Nintendo could really use? A little bit of convincing that if you allow people to emulate your older games, then they actually can. They can, like, a lot of people, and I don't. It's not just unique to Nintendo. Would buy older games if they were released on new consoles.
Yes.
Like, you could just get old games, make them for the
Yes.
newer console.
Well,
And
Nintendo
people like-
does do that
Yeah.
quite a lot. Like, you can play most NES and SNES games on Switch.
Yes.
And even GameCube has a lot of games on Switch.
Yeah, but
Where's our Twilight Princess port, Nintendo?
yeah. But hey, at least I have some good news regarding Stop Killing Games.
Oh.
It is partially already working, even though it's not a law yet. And of course, I mean, it's all just preparation and publicity at this point. Because if you already say, alright, we're not gonna kill the servers just yet, then people are already gonna be cheering because they realize that, hey, our favorite game isn't gonna get shut down yet. And I still feel like that it should just be the case of the online servers are down, so you might not be able to play online. Or, better yet, they say, our servers are shut down. Here's a menu option that brings up a tab called Community Servers. So you can go
Yeah.
into the community servers that people host on their own, so you can keep the game alive that way.
Yeah.
But
TF2.
that would make a little too much sense.
Yeah, sure, yeah, sure. How dare you go against the opinion of pirate software?
Yeah. that- I mean, one of the worst part, he actually, like, unironically used the. I worked for like 7 years at Bethesda. You know,
Wasn't it
was it
Blizzard?
Bethesda or was it?
Blizzard, I think.
Yeah, it was Blizzard. Never.
Like,
was
his
confused by
father
name-
was like one of
names
the
today.
founders of Blizzard.
He was like, I worked at Blizzard for 7 years. That was his entire personality, basically.
I know.
Great way to mess up your entire life.
If you called him out on that, he would like that is because of his father, and he would ban you. But he himself would just brag about that shit like all the time.
Like, why is one person allowed to brag about it, but then the other
Oh.
person isn't allowed to say anything about it?
I mean, I don't know anything about it. Like, I have only seen that one Mujin video talking about the whole drama, and it's one of the funniest videos I've ever seen.
Yeah, I mean, the problem is with those type of people, like, he may have had some solid advice at the start,
Yeah.
but if you don't know how to stop
Jim
for a
does
second,
not agree,
around.
it seems.
Well, it was mainly just
Well,
how to stay motivated and make video games. That.
have you seen his, like, because someone else looked at the code for his video game and how terrible it was, and then his excuse was, yeah, well, I did that so that people could follow along.
Hold on. So you make terrible code so people can follow along with the terrible code that you don't want in your game because they are way better. He didn't even know how to use the software. And he calls himself a good game developer.
Did you see how he had like a sort of interview with like well, it's not an interview. There's he's a therapist and he like collabs with like big YouTubers and streamers. And then they have like a sort of open therapy session, right? Like that's obviously consensual. Like they ask, he just asks them like, "Hey, would you be willing to like, have a therapy session?"
I
And
did
we
see
put that on
that.
the internet. And then he, cause he had one with pirate software, and eventually he just goes, like, I don't remember exactly what he said, but what it came down to was like, "You are one of the most unpleasant people I've ever talked to."
Yeah, because he wants to talk. He wants to have the microphone, and if somebody disagrees with him, he just goes ballistic because he worked at Blizzard for 7 years. And
Yes.
apparently that makes you immune to mistakes, which that way of thinking ended up being his downfall. Whoops.
Yes.
Because guess what? People don't like people that don't know how to either apologize or just reflect on themselves like, hey, have I made a mistake here? Like,
Yeah.
he just couldn't see himself being the problem, which in itself was the problem.
Yes.
Because
Anyway.
sometimes you do mistake, and then you have to own up the mistake. That's part of responsibility.
Yeah, not everybody does responsibility.
Oh, I know.
Oh yeah, true.
A prime example just like called me right before we started.
Oh.
I'm not gonna be picking that up until I'm not gonna call him back until we're done here.
Yeah, and then maybe have a good night's sleep first.
Yeah, maybe sleep first. Have a think about it. Really figure out what the next step should be.
Anyway, is there anything else that happened in the Dutch politics? Because that kind of went away from
Let
that.
me check.
I haven't really heard anything else.
Well, at least they found a way to fill in the empty positions, but they haven't brought out their names yet.
I mean, als het om zich is, dan kan het niet fout gaan.
He is gone.
He's retired. Well, I don't know if he's retired, but he's retired from politics.
Huh.
At least for now.
Yeah, maybe he's like Batman. Maybe if we put some kind of symbol in the sky, he'll come back.
Yeah, that's definitely how that works. Yeah,
Yes.
definitely.
Apparently, if you want a cheaper bike, that is possibly going to fall in two. The bike company behind brands like Batavus and Babu is closing its last Dutch factory.
Oh.
Probably because their cargo bikes were actively falling apart.
Wait, did they go bankrupt?
Well,
Not
we all know
quite, but it's
what
it's
Babu
not far
had.
off either.
They make cargo bikes, and for those who don't know what cargo bikes look like, think of a normal bike, but instead of a front wheel, there's an entire box there with either one wheel in the center or two wheels to the side, like one wheel at the front, two to the side. And they had Babu had a problem of their frames splitting in two. They also apparently have a legit problem with the considering of like those nuts with a little rubber ring in it.
O-rings.
No, like those lock nuts, those type deals. You know,
Oh, right.
the ones
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
only
yeah.
allowed to tighten once because otherwise
Borgmuren.
yes, otherwise they kind of
Oh,
just unscrew themselves again. And my mother's bike had actually at some point the
oh,
part where one of them apparently fell off, and it was with her steering. One of her tie rods broke, kind of just basically got loose, and right as when we arrived at our destination, her left front wheel pointed inwards,
Hmm.
completely disconnected from the rest of the thing.
yeah. I'm
Do
gonna
you,
go on a limb and say it's probably not supposed to do that.
do you have two wheels? I guess fine.
No, this one had three.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh.
oh,
That is
You'd
what's the
think,
problem then?
well, two of them were steering wheels. The two front wheels did the steering, and a tie rod is connected to your steering. That is just a rod that connects one bit of steering to the next bit of the steering set assembly. So what basically happened is the left front wheel was just loose. Like there was no control over which way it would point. Luckily, it happened when we arrived, because if it happened while we're at speed, it could have ended up in a crash. Because you suddenly lose control over your bike while doing like 20 kilometers per hour. Doesn't that sound interesting to do? Just casually lose
Isn't that what the
control.
Tour de France is?
When they crash, yes.
No, when they crash, it's dominoes.
Like when they crash. No, it's just an
yeah, true.
explosion. Like they just for some reason they just continue. Did you close my doors?
Who?
Did you close my doors, Jordan?
Well, I was there a second ago, so maybe.
Because my doors were closed.
Yeah, Joram, what? You said the problem was solved.
Yeah, can you watch my stream now or no?
Yeah, I could.
Also,
Mm.
quick
Yeah,
in between
the
news.
problem with the quick mining the wall. There is a way to solve it.
What? What?
Now, okay, so hear me out. This is literally the only way to solve it.
I
These are the
mean,
only blocks that mine slowly.
Well, here's the thing.
Deep slate walls.
What is the least we need to insta-mine stone?
Efficiency 4 haste beacon 2?
On a diamond pig?
I believe so. Let me check.
If
I guess.
so, if we have
Wait.
that, do we still insta-mine everything else?
Okay, so well, we already. Okay, so concrete is kind of quick.
That is
right?
true.
But glass and sea lanterns are honestly fine. You have to keep it on there for a good second and a half before it actually mines it. We could exchange the sea lanterns for frog lights, which would make it slightly slower.
Yeah, but I hate getting frog lights.
Yeah, we're well. Okay, does this insta mine? No, it does
Also,
not
some
insta
quick
mine. It don't
in
see.
between news while the conversation is going.
Yes.
I was supposed to look at a car today with a family member because if I'm gonna start working, I'm gonna need a car. Probably after working there for a year, I would
Oh
get a car
wait,
from the company, but I would, for the
I
first
should
year, I would like to have a car.
probably exit
But
creative if I want to test this.
the family member called in saying that he couldn't make it, so I scheduled it for tomorrow. Because,
Okay.
yeah. Also, how available are you during the next multiple weekends?
Okay, so efficiency 5 diamond seems to be the limit. Because efficiency 4 don't do it.
Hmm.
How does concrete fare?
Because
Yeah,
depending on your availability,
it mines kind of quickly still.
Yeah, Sea Lantern
The
seems
sea
fine.
lantern, yeah, sea lanterns is fine.
Yeah, people don't worry. We're just discussing a Minecraft build real quick.
Glass is
yeah,
also fine.
Yeah.
That means that
then see it.
the gravity box is also fine, but concrete is kind of too quick.
Yes.
The problem is
Oh
we
yeah,
can't use those
yeah.
gravity blocks
No.
because if
Yeah,
this
because it's
block
the
isn't
generator.
here,
Yeah, because the
yeah,
generator.
because that could break it. I mean, we could just gloss it.
Yeah. What do
Also,
we put
here in the
behind the glass?
Netherlands, people cannot
Nothing. There is
operate
no
boats.
space to put anything behind because there's the stone
Yeah.
generator.
Well, then rather not.
No. Would terracotta be an option?
Maybe. I don't
Or
know.
what about wood?
Oh yeah,
The
actually.
cherry.
No. We could use cherry or the white one. I always forget what it's called. Like the
Yeah,
pale
the
something.
pale log. Yeah, but we wouldn't want the stripped one probably. That one actually looks
Yeah, maybe
nice.
mixed with planks.
Yeah, for texturing, I guess. But the main being this.
Yeah.
Well, it's very white though.
Yeah.
Yeah, people in the Netherlands cannot operate boats because one of them
I really
managed to hit
don't
a
like the
power
block,
line.
but at least not in this context.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Because they somehow managed to actually, like a boat with a crane on it, hit a power line and plummeted I think almost entire province into darkness, or entire city
Yeah.
into darkness.
Wait, what? How? What did it
As
hit?
previously stated, boat with crane hit power line.
Wow.
Yeah. 25,000 households without electricity.
Hmm.
Whoa, that's a lot.
Also, the Dutch government
Oh no.
fucks up even more
Oh no.
with fines this time.
What?
Because more and more people are going digital, right?
Yeah.
And if you get a fine, you have to pay that. That makes perfect sense.
Yes.
However, some people, especially if you are on the older side, you might get a fine, right, for driving too fast. That can happen. But you get that fine through your email saying, hey, in because the way we do in the Netherlands, if there is something with the government, they'll send you an email that, hey, on this, you have an email on this website.
Yeah.
There's a message there. But that gets sent to a email address. It's either filled in wrong or people just miss it. This means that they don't know that they have a fine they need to pay, which often ends up costing them a lot more.
Yes. I wouldn't call
Like
that
a
the
lot
government's
more.
fault per se, though.
Kind of is.
No,
I mean,
just fill in the
it's theirs.
right. Just fill in the right email.
It is their system.
Yeah, but if you just
Yeah.
fill in the correct email.
Yeah.
But like you could, what they could do is let's say you missed a bunch of phone calls, or in the phone calls you missed a bunch of, like, you missed the email about it and everything. That you get a phone call. That they call, or they just straight up call you up like, hey, you have a fine for this. You have a fine for this. Like you drove 10 kilometers over the speed limit. Boo hoo. No big deal. Then you think like, all right, I have that fine to pay. Then you just pay the fine. But because you got called, especially with elderly, because often the mark of I want a digital email and not a actual physical letter is ticked, because that's the easiest option to give them.
Yeah.
So doing it that way would allow for better, like, communications. People would like that because the government is being clear about stuff.
Yeah.
That is rare that a government's ever open about their things. It's a government. And that just. But they probably won't do that, because then you would have to actually get phone calls. You'd have to,
Yeah.
you have to have people that call. That's a problem, apparently.
Jim.
But yeah, maybe they're all like usual.
Got him. This could work.
Yes.
Maybe adding some of this
Yeah. I don't. I don't know if it
for
makes it.
texture.
I don't. It's
No,
just. It
but
looks weird because of the sea lanterns and the rest of the environment.
yes, it doesn't look as great as the concrete, but it. So the only vulnerable parts on these walls are the lamps right now. I mean, we could do okay, but this has basically no lights,
Yeah.
so that doesn't work. If you want walls that look okay and want to be basically invulnerable, this is the way. If you want walls that look nice, this is the way. Because the woods they're just not working.
Hmm.
Even worse than this, I'd say.
I don't know. Maybe if it's a full thing, it would work.
You want me to
Yeah, but with the stripped stuff, I would say.
yeah. Uh
Apparently, the Netherlands is really good at building expensive
s-
super yachts.
rip.
Yes, I know. You know what we're even better at? Building expensive
What?
super yachts for Russians.
True. That yeah. We built them for the Russians, basically for everybody that is willing to pay the money.
Yes.
Makes a lot of sense to me, but
Yes.
because you're willing to pay the price we are asking from you, thank you for your money. We will go. We will get right to it.
Yeah.
And then they go right to it, and then you end up with a lot of. Well, being someone that has worked on those yachts. Ooh, that's a creeper.
Well, Jim, what do you think?
Being someone that's worked on those yachts, it just
Mm,
kind of
it's
gets
not
weird
awful.
almost.
It's not great either.
No.
Like, there's a lot of money going
I
around
mean,
in that business, but
hold on, let me regenerate the
eh.
floors real quick. So we have a bit more context isolation.
But well, I'm actually on the war. Like, for some reason, I keep finding myself within the luxury sector of things, which can be either a good or a bad thing. Don't get me wrong, but
Let me
can
turn
be
on camera
positive.
override. So
But it's
this.
just like I've worked on luxury yachts. I've worked with. I'm now going to work on air conditioning stuff in expensive office buildings. You know,
Yes.
like when can I actually work for people that do solid work?
Well, for first you would have to work with SolidWorks, otherwise you get nowhere.
Yeah, I'm probably. The thing is, I'm probably gonna basically kind of step away from 3D software, which is weird considering that's basically what we've been doing our entire course.
Well, why are you stepping away from that then?
Because I've basically got the opportunity to work with like software for air conditioning units and having that work better.
Yeah, okay.
Which is basically it's a bunch of inputs, a bunch of outputs, like a lot of them, and a lot of if else, like if there's a fire, close the valves or open the
Yeah,
valves depending on
more
what they
logic
want.
work than modeling.
Yes, it is more the
Yeah.
logic. But it's a company that wants stability. I want stability. There are basically no cons on both sides.
Okay. Well,
And the pay is good.
then it's something to consider, right?
You know, I am considering it. And I'm really going to be considering it Friday when I'm actually signing the contract.
Okay. Well, good luck then.
Hoping that it will actually,
Work out.
work out. They obviously they want me. I want to work with them. They have a very chill office environment. Like usually an office environment is sort of this serious thing where you have to actually, of course you still have to do your work, otherwise it wouldn't be a good company. Unless that's what you want, not working. But this company actually has a solid office with good people working in there. And overall just pleasant to be around. It's not a
Okay.
very forced thing. Just a really big positive, in my opinion. Of
Mm-hmm.
course, some people would differ from that, but I don't. But I don't care. I'm perfectly happy. I would be perfectly happy there. And it does take a while to learn. That's why they want somebody for long term.
Yeah.
It. They're even saying it takes 2 years to become efficient. Then,
Yeah, my boss
well,
said the same thing actually.
yeah. That's basically saying we want somebody for a minimum of 2 years. We want a stable person that we can trust on. We can trust them. They can that you don't have this sort of relationship where they could leave at any moment. That doesn't make people comfortable. That forces instability within the company. If you have a high turnaround rate, that also fucks up the entire office environment immediately. Like first an experience with this, the office becomes this sort of weird, almost weird state where they're almost scared for the future of the company.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, you don't want your company to go belly up, and now you've lost your workplace. And if a lot of people are leaving and coming in and leaving again, that doesn't instill confidence, and that's what you want with people. You want to give them confidence.
Yes. Jim,
Yes.
here. These would be the options, I guess.
And I feel like I could get a lot of confidence in that place. And it's also not entirely an office job.
Yeah.
You write the code for the thing. Now you actually get to put it in as well. Like you are the one responsible for your own code. And if you
Yeah,
fuck it
is
up,
it very independent or is it not that independent?
well, I think like for the first year or two, you will obviously be guided through it because you don't know anything yet.
Yeah.
But I think after that, you basically like, oh yeah, I now have to go to this place to deliver some stuff, to like bring the stuff in, get the software going. You
Mm-hmm.
wrote it, you know how it works. You have the interface for the for the rest. It's it's a whole thing.
Yeah.
But that means that sometimes you're out of the office for 2 weeks, which is a great way to mix things up and get yourself in a different headspace from the
Mm-hmm.
monotonous I'm inside the office 24/7.
Yes.
It also means that sometimes you have to do
Uh,
some technical
how are
work.
your hours in terms of work? Do they account for travel? Is what I guess I'm asking.
I think that I could ask after that because I don't really
Because
know.
I've had experience with jobs like somewhere else installating stuff, and well,
Uh,
with programming you go to a different place, right? In this instance.
you actually go to their location.
Yeah.
Yes,
So for say that you have a job in Utrecht,
they have to go there. Yes,
then
and
you have to drive an hour. Is that hour accounted by in work hours or no? Because otherwise you're gonna have to run 10-hour days for
yeah,
the at
I
time that
will
you
ask
work
for
there.
that because that is a thing. If you have to drive an hour to an hour from, if that is going to be paid as well.
Yeah, well, I would probably make like a deal from, okay, I have to travel this much now. That time is no
Oh,
pay, but afterwards, if it takes more, then it gets paid, something like that.
also, funny thing,
Or I guess
I
distance
will
would probably be a better measure.
I will already be compensated for travel, like to and from work, of course.
Yeah.
Which we've when I was at the recruitment agency Friday, last Friday, I was like, yep. He already said like, yeah, like 23 cents per kilometer. Then I
Hmm.
calculated how much I had, like 27.8 kilometers to drive to the place and then from the place, which then resulted in I think around 250 a month extra for travel expense, which of course doesn't cover the car entirely.
No, well, actually, it gets pretty close for a cheap
It pays
car.
for the It's pays for the insurance, definitely,
Yeah, gas,
and
maybe, not quite.
it pays for like the other like road tax that we have.
Yeah,
That it pays for that and part of the fuel.
yeah.
Of course, I'm gonna have to pay more for fuel because fuel is bloody expensive here. Like in Europe, we're one of the most expensive. We're one of, if not the most expensive place.
Yeah, how expensive is it over there now?
We're probably still hovering around the 182 here.
Yeah, okay.
182, one. I think on one day it's 179 at some in one place.
Yeah, so not as cheap as here, but still.
No, not as cheap. But you're closer to Germany, so
Yeah,
that already means that they have to speed it up, or they have to lower the prices because if you have expensive prices and like a little bit further,
yeah, true.
they have
Yeah,
like they're
but
10 cents cheaper per
at,
liter than
in the place I
us.
live, Germany is not quite convenient because it still takes an hour to get there.
Yeah, it's
Or
still a distance
maybe not an
away.
hour, but like 40 minutes or something like that.
Yeah, but let's say you work close to Germany.
Relative to you guys, yes.
Yeah, but like let's say you have to drive half an hour towards Germany, and then you're only 10 minutes away from the border if you're at work. that indicates, hey, I'm just gonna drive those 10 extra minutes, fill up on cheap fuel, and then go back.
Hmm.
Like, people are willing to go slightly out of their way to get fuel. If it's significantly cheaper, of course.
Yeah.
That is just a sign to me that says that, first of all, the fuel here has to become cheaper.
Hmm.
That is just the truth. But also, fuel efficiency is very important. Like, very important. To the point where I specifically went like, not that I chose the Twingo because it was fuel efficient, more like it's a cool looking car. But it is it is a fuel efficient. It is a small tiny car that can easily do 700 kilometers on one fuel tank.
So Joran,
Yes.
when do we laugh?
What do you mean?
We call a Twingo a cool looking car.
A Twingo?
Yeah.
Yes.
I was not
It
paying
looks-
attention. What are you saying?
He just called
Are
us
Renault's,
He just
are,
called
are
a
Renault's good cars now?
He just called a
No.
Twingo a good looking car. Like a cool looking car.
The first
Yeah.
generation only.
Like comparable to a Nissan Skyline cool looking car.
No, not that. But compared to what you see driving around your city every day. If that's a Skyline, then you live in the right city.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. Well, no, it's not quite Tokyo over here.
No, sadly not. But
You know, I went east, but not that far.
No.
No.
you didn't go to the Middle East.
Still get to speak Dutch.
No. Well. To be fair, the Middle East from here is more south than east.
The Middle East is not even in the east.
No. Right. But Jim,
Yes.
what are you thinking?
Honestly, I have no idea.
I will say that the top option we already have the resources for. The bottom one, we don't.
True. I do think it mixes better with the sea lanterns though.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's just wood. Like it wouldn't take it that long to get. Or
Wouldn't.
Well,
It
these are
would-
logs, remember?
yeah, but I can just go to that forest and just take it down.
Yeah. We would have the option to do texturing and stuff, but I
Yeah.
don't think that would help it in this case.
Yeah.
Because everything is clean cut in this entire build.
Okay, here's the thing.
So,
Actually, no, never mind. No, never mind. No,
Here's the thing. Never mind.
no, never mind.
I mean, we could maybe do some edges like this.
Yeah.
That could probably work. That would break it up a bit. So yeah, actually that looks pretty good.
Yeah.
So we can use some tactics like that, but I wouldn't change up the wall texture itself.
Yeah.
Also, to the listeners, leave a comment if you want to see on the Discord just me modifying a Renault Twingo. Because if I'm buying a car for like 1,000, I know damn well that I'm not going to be able to resell it.
I don't know. I've seen cars go for like 80.
$80. Yes. However, I'm planning to drive that car till it completely breaks down.
I don't know about this, Jim.
I'm not sure how.
I don't know.
On my bike. when
That-
my bike completely broke down.
That seems like something I'd do 7 years ago.
Yeah.
But in this economy, I'm gonna basically be driving a cheap.
Maybe these two would work.
Yeah, or maybe just above and below.
It's gonna be just driving a cheap. And it's gonna be a French car.
Yeah,
Though.
well,
Like
what if we just do these two?
when I was on the phone with the family member I'm gonna go with, he did explicitly say, almost as a disclaimer, this is a French car. Be aware.
But what if it's only above and below?
Because the French are not good
So,
with cars.
not these two?
Now let's see if the news is any
Like
more
this?
weird
Yeah,
stuff.
or maybe even just the one. Like, only, like, literally just the one above the lamp and the one below.
Well,
Oh, they could do it more like pillars.
Yeah.
Could we do something up here then that's slightly different? Could a trapdoor work?
apparently. Oh yeah, apparently a railway bridge in China collapsed.
Or maybe we just extend it through, honestly.
Yeah.
So it would be like this.
I don't hate it.
I don't know if it helps it.
No.
If I remove this again. Maybe it does. It doesn't work coherently with the sea lantern pattern at the moment.
No.
That's for sure. So, because you would have
Yeah,
that.
if you want to see me actually modify a car, then either let me know or try to get us monetized so I can use the budget from the podcast actually. Because
Do something.
the way I'm planning on keeping that car alive is if a part breaks, I replace it with an improved aftermarket part or a modified part. Like, let's say the suspension starts giving out. Time to buy some coilovers. And just
Jim, this is not
lower the-
terrible.
Yeah.
That probably would mess with my insurance. It would probably go up
Yeah.
because I chose to modify my vehicle. And insurance companies see that. They see young guy modifies his vehicle and almost get a heart attack thinking, oh no, they're gonna do dumb shit like racing.
I mean, well, to be fair, are you?
The only time I'm gonna go racing would be in Germany,
I guess fair.
Nordschleife.
Yes.
But that is completely legal and
Wait,
You
this
know.
is kind of interesting, Jim.
Oh yeah.
Oh, this kind of gets this waving effect going on.
Yeah, yeah, I prefer that.
Well, what if we do it every other?
Because if you have
I think it becomes
Actually,
less
I could-
visible if you do that.
Yeah,
Hold on.
yeah. So yeah, exactly.
I have an idea.
So it would be between all the lamps, like this.
Yep. I think we're
I
going
think
with
we're
that.
onto a winner.
Yeah, we're going with that.
Yeah.
So what about
Okay,
the
I
back
know,
wall?
Hmm?
What about the back wall?
That one.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Do these mine instantly?
Yes.
Well, I don't know because there's stairs, and stairs and slabs kind of work differently sometimes.
No,
but not
no,
all
they
the
don't.
time.
No, they don't.
Do they not?
No.
You know, I have an idea. The three of us do a road trip
No,
to
they
Germany.
don't. Yeah, at some point, sure.
Wait, a
we're
road
gonna
trip
just-
where?
Kidnap Jim and bring him to the Nordschleife and just drive a couple laps.
You know,
No,
Jim, that one track you crashed on in a simulator, we're gonna do that for real this time.
Yay!
right.
Not the
Well,
crashing bit, just
how about
the driving around bit.
I take my Nintendo DS and just sit it out at the sideline?
He's gonna play Mario Kart while we're actually driving.
I don't have
No, you're gonna
Mario
sit in
Kart.
the
I
back
only
of the
have
car.
Mario Bros.
Oh.
Jim, you're gonna sit in the back of the car and play Mario Bros.
I
while
do-
you're
I-
on
I
track.
do have Mario Kart on my Switch.
Jim, you can play those games in the back of the car while it's driving on the
Yeah.
track.
I can pretend it's that FNAF like car
Racing
game.
game.
Well,
Yeah.
no, not the racing game. The one that defend the car.
Oh yeah, that one.
FNAF like. Is that a
Yep,
new? Is that a
well-
new genre? FNAF like.
I don't know.
I hope not.
You have roguelike, Souls-like, and FNAF-like.
Jim, that's called horror.
I don't know. It's not really horror. Like, it doesn't have to be horror, to be honest. All of those games are not all that scary.
No, that's to be honest,
Okay.
that's fair.
Yeah, I think this works, Jim.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, this already works better than the glass and the sea lanterns. Yeah, the
Yeah.
sea lanterns are still somewhat vulnerable.
Yeah.
However,
Good.
Look,
even
I
if
wouldn't
FNAF
mind
is the
frog
big
lights,
one.
but I'm not getting them.
Yeah.
Why not, Jim?
Because frog lights are like probably the prettiest light source. Well, it depends on what you use it for, but it's a great block, but getting them sucks.
Doesn't
It
involve
does
frogs in the
fit it
nether?
better though, Jim.
I know. You know what happened last time I got some frog lights?
Well, actually, I don't know if it does because it kind of blends in too much, doesn't
That
it?
yeah, actually yeah, you're right. What about
No,
shroom
no, sea
lights?
lanterns it is.
What about shroom lights?
Oh, no, shroom lights are ugly.
I use them a lot.
Yeah, but those are in orange builds.
Yeah, that's true. But it kind of looks like the. No, wait, never mind. I was like, it
You mean
kind of
like
looked
the-
like the whatever it's called, like the
Like the
creaking
sap?
heart. But
I mean, we could just do that.
I don't think that gives off light, and I don't really want creakings in the arena.
There wouldn't be.
At night there would.
No, because
Oh yeah, you're right.
Oh,
They don't
wait.
activate.
no.
Wait, no,
Well,
they do
actually-
activate. Yeah, they do activate.
So you're just running around and suddenly getting hit and killed.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be more interesting.
Yeah,
yes.
for hard mode, you just play at night.
Yeah, but by the looks of it, they don't give off any lights.
No.
So that don't work. No, I think the sea lanterns actually look better than the frog lights in this instance.
I am through the
Yeah, I
news
think it
though,
does.
for this week.
Yeah, or maybe just a
Um,
different color of frog lights.
I
Because
think so,
this
it might.
color, this color is very similar to the white.
Yeah.
So maybe the green one. That would make it stand out more again.
Mm,
Hmm.
I don't know.
That one is interesting though because I put it on its side.
Oh, I didn't even know
See?
they were directional.
Well, I can even put them vertical, but I think horizontal looks better actually.
Yeah,
Also-
I don't know. About
Ooh.
Apparently,
I think
here
this could be
the
interesting.
here in the Netherlands, Burger King, you know, the hamburger
Yeah,
company,
yeah.
came out with an ad.
Oh no.
that they've stopped using it. They changed it, but it's first of all, it's a sensory overload of an ad.
Oh wait, yeah, I think my brother told me about it.
Yeah, but they first used a meme from like 10 years ago.
Wait, don't you mean KFC?
Yes,
You said
like
Burger King.
KFC. I don't know what I have this episode, but I confuse names apparently. Yeah, it was KFC, and they just used a very old meme,
Yes.
then had a sensory overload ad, and they have already pulled it and changed it slightly so it doesn't. It's still a sensory overload, but it doesn't use
Yeah, I did notice that. Yeah.
the 10-year-old meme anymore. And I have to say, I'm quite disappointed in KFC
Was
because
it
they.
even really a meme? I think it was before memes were really what we know them as today.
Yeah, but it was sort of this. It was the same thing as a meme, just like
Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah.
a joke thing to say,
Yeah.
something funny.
Memes, the DNA of the soul.
For some people, yes.
Your memes end here. I really need to learn how to do their voices.
Well, I have a gift idea.
What for
What
you?
voice acting training?
Yes. Like here, go learn how to train your voice. Oh, I have a very bad idea on what to call that. How to train your voice. Instead of how to train your dragon.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, so this is the end of the episode. unless Yoran has found something again, like maybe like
Oh yeah, I should probably do that, shouldn't I?
maybe like maybe like Canadians doing like I don't know, wearing a turtle shell while like ice skating or something. I don't know. What?
Every time. Escaped horse falls into swimming pool in Nevada. It's every single time.
And this time it wasn't somebody with an inflatable costume.
No, this is a genuine horse.
Hmm.
Apparently, in an attempt to clean up my PC, I ended up deleting a lot of photos from my phone. Like, basically everything. Oh boy.
A festival in Mexico served up 13,215 tacos in 1 hour.
Nice.
That's a lot of tacos.
Yeah.
Vegans firefighters first day involves 40,000 pounds of steak on fire.
I guess the stakes were pretty high then.
Well, yeah, I guess so. Well, speaking of Canadians, Canadian politician puts on 330 neckties to break world record.
Okay.
Right, okay.
To Congress or just?
No, just actual neckties.
Yeah, but did he wear them during like a speech or like during like, you know, did he do it as a politician or did he just do it?
He just did it.
Oh, it would have been so much funnier. Like, I would vote for him if he like just, imagine like a Dutch politician coming into like, into like the I don't know, the Tweede Kamer, like into the government, wearing like I don't know. Do me tell us. I don't know.
Yeah.
You don't.
Sweet Tooth
Do you not
Bear
get
breaks
it?
into California ice cream shop. And there's just a picture of a bear.
Well, as long as he's not doing cocaine.
I guess that makes it slightly better.
Okay, this is kind of funny. Hold on.
Okay, so long as the bear is not doing cocaine like the other one.
Here.
Wait, let me pull it out. Can you zoom in on that?
Can I?
It's very tiny on the podcast right now.
Yeah.
Try to control scroll.
Control scroll. Oh yeah. There he is.
He's here to make you some ice cream. Yay!
Do not.
Do not touch. Yeah, bear, you heard that?
Actually, I don't think this is the. Oh no, actually, it might be the ice cream shop.
Yeah, no, it definitely is.
Yeah, it definitely is. Okay, that is kind of funny, I guess.
That is really annoying that I somehow managed to delete these two.
Okay, well, this is not very funny. This is just sad, honestly.
What?
Bear breaks into California home, eats food, cookies and chips, and dog.
No, it eats dog food.
Yes.
Oh.
Did this dyslexia strike again?
So
Yes, I
okay,
guess so.
here's the thing with bears. Bears are like about as smart or smarter than the dumbest humans. So a lot of systems that we have that are like, you know, they need to be accessible to everyone. A bear can access them too.
So we just made them bear proof. Or sort of like bear accessible.
Yes.
Unintentionally.
Like there are so many videos of bears like figuring out how to like open a dumpster and get food out of it, or even just push it to wherever they want
Okay,
it to.
hold on. Is this even legal?
What? Yeah.
Okay, we value your privacy. Either you accept all cookies, or you reject but pay.
There's more options.
Okay, there we go.
There.
Yeah,
Wait.
more options is reject all and pay or accept all.
Is that legal? They're all off.
Yeah, so I guess it gets... No, it gets back to this screen and you go back to consent and then you're stuck in a loop.
I don't know if that's legal. That's a good question.
I feel like it should
Well-
be illegal.
BBC, let's see. Okay, off to a great start.
Hmm.
A robot lion.
I mean, I already
Huh.
saw the robot wolf Japan made a while ago to like scare off something.
Yeah.
I don't remember what they were scaring
mean-
off with it, but
I know a franchise that made a bunch of robot animals, but
Want to see a... Ah! It was all loud. Want to see a record-breaking tower demolition?
of course, who doesn't want to see
yeah,
demolition?
that's gonna be our final thing.
We're men. We love demolition.
Is this real? Oh, that's pretty satisfying, actually.
Those are cooling towers for a nuclear power plant.
I know, but the way it comes, actually, like all the dust comes out at the top.
I like all the replays.
Yeah.
Like different angle, another different angle.
All right.
Have another angle.
All right. But
Okay, well,
that's
on that bombshell, literally.
Most of us probably buy our food from a supermarket.
Okay,
like
yeah, don't care.
no.
We don't want your food being more
No.
expensive.
We want towers blowing up.
We want the bear in the ice cream shop.
Yeah, hold on. That'll be the last frame
Yeah.
while we do the. Hold on, let me.
We-
Yeah, there we go. I
Yeah.
can't get rid of the
Wait,
stop.
wait, I can
thing,
make it
but-
better. There.
So then I guess all I have to do is say the last thing, which is the one thing that's left to say.
Yes,
We're not experts.
but we were here.